What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Two Drunks and a Bottle.
Oh yeah,
I'm BB.
I'm Hunter.
So, we got a little inebriated on the last episode.
Yeah,
Uh,
I know a person.
Two drunks in an argument, right?
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
uh, what was your favorite out of the two between Fireball and Jack Fire?
We never did go through that, did we?
We never did get to that part.
All right. Mine would have to be Jackfire. I mean, I've started on Fireball, and it was something where it was just something you could shoot, and it's kind of fun to play around with because it was new at the time. But when I actually started drinking and someone introduced Jackfire to me, it's just smoother, and it's when you compare two and two, I definitely would have to go with Jackfire.
I have to agree with you. I have to go with Jack Fire. Fireball has a lot of cinnamon behind it. I'm not
Yeah,
a cinnamon fan. Jack had a little more of the whiskey side.
yeah.
Uh,
And it didn't lose flavor.
it
You still
did.
had the cinnamon.
Yeah. Uh, anyways,
So
where's we've got Monster and we've got Sweet Tea on the table.
you do realize it was your turn to get the bottle, right?
I thought it was your turn.
No. You
I bought last
you
weekend.
bought one bottle, I bought the next. Remember?
I
You
don't-
bought one, I bought the other.
I got you, Bronson, here. I got you.
Oh.
Shit. All right. That's what I'm talking about.
At least somebody's got the bottle.
Polly told me to stop saying inebriated. Did you have to Google how to spell that, Polly?
Probably.
So you see the live chat? We got the live chat on TV.
Sure, yeah, I see it.
What do you have for us? How do you pronounce this?
Well, try to pronounce it.
Appenzeller.
That's actually pretty good, yeah.
Appenzeller?
Yeah, that's how it's
So we say Appenzeller.
happens.
But
So is A's pronounced with O's? Appenzeller?
no, it's
Oppenheimer?
just sharper. You know, the A is a little sharp. But yeah, I got that. We got the Appenzeller Alpenbitter. This is basically the Swiss version of Jägermeister.
So can I buy this in any store in the U.S.?
Nah, you won't find that in the States. No, that's basically sold just in Switzerland.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And you said it's equivalent to Jaeger, or is it better than Jaeger?
Well, of course, I need to say it's better than Jaeger. Now I like it more than Jaeger. It got a little less herbs in than Jaeger. It got 43. I know Jaeger has like 51. So, but you know, less is more.
Okay.
Yeah. Too bad. Kind of interested on it. Definitely something we haven't had.
So if you guys haven't figured out, we have a guest.
Yeah.
This is Manuel.
What's up, guys?
Welcome to the Two Drunks in a Bottle. We're three drunks. I think we just need to change that title to multiple drunks instead of just two drunks.
Yeah.
Here lately, we've had nothing but guests.
It'll be a certain time when we get back to two.
How's it going, South Coast Ace? Glad you could be in the live chat tonight. Thank you, Polly, for being here as well. South Coast Ace is going to actually be a moderator for us tonight. Help us out with helping with the live chat.
Appreciate that, Ace.
I think we're going to have a good turnout tonight. Guys, just want to hit it at the beginning just so everyone knows. This will be aired next day on Spotify. We have moved over to airing our stuff on Spotify. It'll be on tomorrow morning.
Hopefully y'all listen to it or watch it.
We also have our Facebook page. If South Coast Ace doesn't mind, something that is on the next episode in December. This is our last episode for November.
Yeah. Wow, okay.
So we'll come back in December. But throw the link down to the squad Discord. That's where we'll start adding people that want to come on the podcast and do video calls with us or voice calls with us. We'll start adding those people into that Discord, and they'll be able to come on Two Drunks in a Bottle.
Oh yeah. Give y'all a little channel to come in and talk to us. I'm down with that.
All right. You got some drunken stories? We're going to pour a shot of this in each whiskey glass, and then you're down to tell a couple of drunken stories.
Sure, yeah.
So go ahead and tell one. We can tell some Jaeger stories, I guess.
Well, why don't you start with a nice Jaeger story?
Jaeger, that would be you, Bronson. 'Cause just for everybody else, I'm not a big Jaeger person. I've had it, and I'll drink on it here and there, but I'm not the person that's just gonna go straight into Jaeger. That's BB. BB likes Jaeger. He'll pick his night when he does it, but when he goes, he drinks it.
So I don't like black licorice. Uh, so when I do Jaeger, it is a Jaeger bomb. I like mine with Monster. I don't really like it with Red Bull. Uh, but a drunken story with it would probably have to be at some of our friends' house, and you know these friends. Not gonna say their names, I guess tonight. I'll leave their names out of this.
Yeah.
But going to their house, and this lady's husband is like that's his favorite drink.
Yeah.
And going Jaeger bomb to Jaeger bomb with him is not a easy feat. I think we had went through a bottle and a half of Jaeger, and then they had went to Cozumel for their Cozumel, Mexico for their honeymoon, and had a bottle of tequila with the worm in it. Got super drunk with him, drinking the Jaeger, and then after that, we had the tequila. If I remember correctly, I probably spewed all over their front yard. That's like the story of my life. Low audio is what Decoy NDA saying.
All right, I can turn this up then.
Can you do an audio turn up for us, Sonny? Let us know, Decoy NDA, whenever it's a little bit better. All right, is that any better, Decoy NDA? Let us know. Polly said not on his end, it wasn't low, so now we're gonna be really loud.
Possibility.
No big deal. I'm really loud.
Yeah, I was gonna say it might be you that's really loud.
South Coast State said not on his, so it's just on Decoy NDA. All right. So, anyways, that's as close to a drunken story as you're gonna get for Jaeger for me. I'm not a huge Jaeger fan.
Like I said, you have your nights where when you drink.
Do you want to take a shot of this first before you tell yours?
Well, let's take the shot and then you can make your mind.
All right. So we'll show you how we take shots. So we're gonna clink our glasses. You're gonna do it on the table. That's for the ones that aren't here.
Yeah.
And then we can shoot it.
It's to me, I get it's real sweet. But I can't get that flavor like what the.
It's not thick like
No.
Jaeger.
It's super thin.
Like Jaeger is like almost syrupy.
Yeah, it stays in. It's like maple.
I do have a strong flavor.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's a sweetness, strong. But yeah, it's
for me, it tastes like like that hay, like hay when you have like hay from a farm or something, like that flowerish hay and flowerish stuff. Like,
see, I don't deal with like farms or anything, so like that would be something new to me. So I definitely couldn't relate to it. But I mean, you've been around hay. I don't know if that's something that you could attest to.
I don't just I don't just graze like a cow. I guess that's something y'all do in Switzerland. You graze like a cow. So you just go out to the field and you're like, I'm gonna eat some hay today.
Nah, when you're out in the field, mowing the grass or whatever,
you just pick some up and
no, you smell it, in the nose,
Your smell is different than your taste.
I know.
So you're assuming that's what hay tastes like, or
yeah, I assume, yeah, kind of like
But you know what they say about assuming, right?
No,
you make an ass out of you and me. So your drunken story. What you got? It doesn't even have to be related to this. It
hadn't been related to that one.
It doesn't have to be related to this. If you have one on this, feel free. Or if you got multiple stories you want to share.
Well, let's start with the first one. We're gonna try this now, and he was like, we're gonna drink a lot of it. And I was like, well, be patient, because if you drink too much from that stuff, it's gonna fuck you up for the next 2 years, because you can't smell that thing, or otherwise you're gonna throw up again, like immediately, like no matter if you're sober or drunk as fuck.
Challenge accepted.
Right.
Yeah, so we had that one guy. He always drank this always a shot in the restaurant when he's like playing cards with his friends all the time, every day. And one day he got a little too much, got a little dizzy, and I saw him the next week, like at lunch break, and he was like, "No, I don't drink this stuff anymore." He was like, he can't drink it anymore. And finally, like about 1.5, 2 years later, he was like, "Waitress, I try one, but just a little one, just a little one. He needs to get the feel of it again." So I saw him start it again. So I saw the whole thing from start to end.
You told someone else's drunken story.
Yeah, I don't tell. Well,
You gotta tell something about yourself, a
one
drunken
of
story
mine.
that
Ooh,
you've
shit.
been involved, not
Oh.
someone else's.
Like I said, you get to pick.
I can
Well-
tell you drunken stories about him all day long.
Well, sure, but
He
you
can
know.
probably tell twice as many about me.
Yeah.
So we had one about me. Well, we had Carnival, like Mardi Gras.
Okay.
So basically, Mardi Gras comes from the European region, like the French people and kind of like that brought it overish. So
All right.
kind of similar. Not with that, we don't have these chains that they throw in New Orleans, but from the style, with the music, that band music, like all that stuff, it's kind of like same-ish. But actually, our carnival starts at November 11th. So from there to like end of February, basically.
So you're missing it right now.
Yeah, second year in a row. So I'm in the carnival group, and well, we normally get drunk, and we also play. So it's kind of funny because you're always,
Decoy and Da, you can tell your drunken stories about me. uh, I'll tell you what. Next podcast we will have an open chat, an open floor. You're already a part of the squad Discord, so you can jump in and tell your drunken story about me. Well, or better yet, do you want to save that for New Year's?
Yeah, we can do
New
that.
Year's Eve.
It'd be a podcast all about you, all the drunken
Just
stories
all
about
about
you.
me.
Yeah,
We're
I'm
gonna
down
spend
with
the whole night talking about me. Hey, South Coast Ace has a mini clip. Sorry to interrupt you.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. Well, long story short, we were drinking all night long. We had fun, and
So what were y'all drinking?
normally if I need to, I got up at like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning. The
Mhm.
first, really, the crazy day is we started 5, so I got up at like 3:34. We start drinking, and it's not finished until like the next evening at like 11. So, I drink normally beer to like keep up. But if it gets funny, we drink some shots, and whatever. And we have that weird shot. It's called washing machine. It's horrible actually. So we're there.
Clean
Yeah.
drugs.
So what it
Clean
is, it's
drugs.
a shot of vodka.
Okay.
You have like also a shot of lemon juice, and I don't know what kind of powder it is, but it's like a powder that starts foaming.
They're doing cocaine.
No,
I was gonna say, like dish soap,
it's like
powdered dish
Oh,
soap.
it's like an
powder-
Alka-Seltzer.
like an Alka-Seltzer. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Huh.
you take the shot of vodka.
What's going on, old Hammy Games? Everyone should know who Hammy Games is, aka Bill, the Morgan Freeman of the gaming community. Glad you made it in, bud.
Well, anyways, yeah. So how you take the shot is you take the shot of vodka, you leave it in your mouth, pour that Alka-Seltzer or whatever in, like move your head a little bit. That's like a washing machine.
That's not a good idea.
But no, it's not.
Yeah.
If it's your first one, then yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
all right. If you've been drinking, then maybe not.
I'm
Yeah.
shaking up the alcohol.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot I don't have a fucking
You're
brain.
shaking up the alcohol, and
It
then you
doesn't
also
matter.
take the lemon shot, and then you drink it. So we had a couple, maybe a couple too much,
A couple too much.
and we were pretty fucked up, and I had to play, and
P.S. The logo is registered. I told you. I knew it. Me and Chris called it.
I don't know what he's talking about.
His logo that you have is not registered. Just gonna put that
Ah.
out there. Yours doesn't have the black background.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yours doesn't have the black background. Now he's gonna actually take a snippet from that podcast. He's gonna take a snippet and he's gonna register that too. Damn it, Bill.
Well, mine predates that, so I'll be all right.
No, yeah. Intellectual property.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had to go and play in the gym hall, and everything went good. But then it starts like start to get the feeling of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're like, damn, why is Bronson twice here, you know?
Did
And
they last episode? Yeah.
yeah,
Uh.
like the last episode.
I
And
only see everyone once, just so you know, because I only have one eye.
and I don't know what happened, but I was there and trying to do a handstand on the table.
A one handstand or a two handstand?
No, just a normal one.
Oh,
But the thing was, I don't know what happened. But I was like, yeah, I got it. And my brother was like, man, you're laying on the floor. And I was like on the side.
He's like, no, I have it.
I have it. Yeah, I
Just
have
moving one arm in there.
Man, I didn't realize I lost so much weight. I'm so light.
I had the whole table in my hand, but it wasn't the side.
It's like that meme that's going around, where the guy's in the hallway. Have you seen it? The guy's he's laying down flat. He's like, bet me I won't jump.
Oh.
But he's laying on the floor and he's got his feet pressed up against the wall and he's got the camera pointed down the hallway.
Yeah.
He's like, tell me I won't jump, and it's just a long hallway, but he's
Yeah.
laying down on the floor.
So yeah, that was a pretty funny story, and
He said for use in perpetuity.
Yeah.
Damn it! Don't start getting me. They already told me I can't say inebriated tonight. Oh, my bad. I said inebriated again. Sorry.
Said it twice now.
No, that's third time.
That's actually a big word.
What? Inebriated?
No, not that one.
Perpetuity?
Yeah. Can you say it again? Like
Perpetuity?
one more time. Like
Perpetuity?
okay. Yeah, I don't know that word.
Yeah, fuck off.
But yeah, that was kind of one story that we had. There's a couple more, but that's maybe for later time today.
Later time today. No, we tell drunken stories at the beginning.
In the beginning. All right.
We can go to Hunter.
Yeah.
And then we'll go back to you.
Sure, yeah.
All right, so we're talking about like times like kind of getting faded a little bit to where just losing a little. So I don't normally do it, but there was one drink or a shot that got me to that point, and only had 2 shots of it. I had a couple of beers. A couple would be about 4 to 6 because we just went to a bar and then we had the shot there. So I had 4 to 6 beers that night. I had 2 shots. Got home and I just remember hitting the bed and the whole room was spinning. Had nothing to do with the beers because I've drank more in a night and never felt it. The shot that I did though was a shot called Rumplemint. So I don't know if you've heard of it.
Never heard of it. No.
It's a peppermint flavored shot.
It almost tastes like Listerine, like the mouthwash.
Oh yeah, no. Oh yeah.
And they don't call it Rumplemint. Like that's what it's called.
That's what we would call it, but it's got a full name. It's like a short form.
But I've heard them actually call it by the nursery rhyme or whatever it is. Rumpelstiltskin.
All right. So it's a peppermint schnapps.
Yeah, it tastes just like mouthwash, like Listerine mouthwash.
Sure, yeah.
So it was my first time having it. And,
any word over 4 letters is a big word for BB. Yeah, you're fucking right. Oh shit, that's 6.
Oh wow, big word! Look at you.
You two shop at the same lumberjack store. It was flannel day at work, but I came home, took a shower, and actually changed. This isn't the shirt I was in earlier.
That wasn't the shirt. I had like a red brownish one on. So
for some reason, work picked flannel to wear, so I overdressed for the podcast. Bill, have you not noticed that already?
He's been doing it.
A button down has been worn in every single one, or at least some type of collared shirt has been worn. And he underdresses, fucking hobo.
2 drunks. You don't care to see me dress up in a button? Y'all want to see me get drunk. That's about it.
Sure.
No one said that this was a alcohol review.
No.
Had to rate BB's closet. You picked that shirt out of my closet before we started, huh?
I think I'm a little skinnier than you.
Oh, fuck off. Why are we bringing up weight?
What are you looking at me?
Look,
I didn't say shit.
that's another big word. That was another 6-letter word.
You're
Yeah.
getting better at it, man.
I
Just
don't
keep
know what's
going.
going on tonight. Oh, that's another 6-letter word. Damn.
You got one of those calendars with the words
Two
on it?
drunks in a fashion show. Bill just keeps trying to change the name of this podcast
But-
between him and Chris. It was two drunks in an argument. Chris is like two drunks in an argument.
To give
You
it to
guys
Chris, so,
will
or,
actually have to. We'll post that reel on our Facebook.
yeah.
To
give it to Bill, though, that was a great title for that little segment, though. Like, that was on point.
had to go there. At least Hunter looks like a drunk.
Thank you. Take that as respect.
But
My
actually,
tattoo showing a little bit.
actually, too drunk at the fashion show would be a fun video to take. You know.
You want to go on the runway with me?
No, you just be
We
there.
can do it.
You be there.
We're
Look,
the,
we
we're the
can-
You
audience.
don't be on.
We can Coyote Ugly this table tonight. Have you ever seen that movie? Have you seen Coyote Ugly?
No, but I also don't want to see that thing.
So,
You'll have to watch Coyote Ugly.
Alright.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
so are we
But
going to
we're
be
gonna get
in
on
the
this
audience?
table. Yeah, you're gonna be the audience at that point.
Nah, we're gonna be in the audience. Yeah.
I get to drink, though.
No, me and him are getting on this table at the same time. You know, this was a
Hell
free
no.
table.
I'm going to have to drink a little bit more of that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll put on a good show for the live audience.
Mm. But
Hunter, I just need you to go over there and actually hold the camera. Like you get to be the cameraman.
I might be back. I might get some of it.
He's not gonna be steady hand.
So, going back to, like, Rumpelman, so, like,
yeah.
I had the first shot. So it was a group of friends, and one of their friends or buddies, they wanted to do a round of shots for everybody.
Mhm.
And of course, they got to pick the shot. So they pick it, and we all get to, passing them out. And I never had this before. The other person, they're warning me. They're like, once you finish it, be careful. Don't drink anymore. And I was like, okay. Well, the person who I was with was like, I can't drink this. You take this one for me. I was like, okay, because I'm riding with them, and
Mhm.
they tell me that it'll get you messed up or whatnot. So I was like, I'll take it for you, whatever, because I'm not driving. So I'll take it. We stayed maybe about another 30 minutes or so. I make it back to the house, walk in, get ready for bed, lay down. As soon as I lay down, the whole walls of the room just go spinning. I'm just like, what was in that shot? I was like, I should have not have took the second shot.
You know what helps? You need to put your feet down on the bed to ground. You know that it stops spinning. You know it's like a helicopter. So if you have your feet out on the bed, it helps.
I don't know. I just close my eyes and go to sleep.
Now you can't close your eyes, man.
Oh, I did.
So here we go with Hammy Games. Why can I see Pee Wee Herman dancing right now? Well, the difference between us is I'm not a pee-pee toucher, I guess. Sympathy, pregnancy, weight gain, almost 2 years later. So yeah, that's about right. Jess, she already knows I'm going with the Cravens now, and I'm not. I mean, the camera adds 20 pounds, guys. I'm not actually this thick. I'm a little thinner.
Sure. If you say so.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
to feed off of your Rumple story, I actually have a Rumple story. I don't know if I've ever told you this story.
It's actually worked out because it goes in order.
Yeah,
I
it goes
guess.
in order.
Yeah.
So we'll finish off with you, and then we'll
Sure.
move on to.
I also got a
to
rumble
general-
story. We
Oh,
got, we got
that's
like a
great.
German version of that.
I picked a good one then.
So, me and Jess were at a bar with some friends of ours. Where were we at? We were at Dan McGinnis, Memphis.
yeah. Okay.
We were at the Dan McGinnis in Memphis.
Memphis. Okay.
Can't remember which location it was. But we were there, and I was playing darts, and I'm no good at darts. But somehow I hustled this guy in a game of darts, and I bet the guy that I could beat him, and that if I beat him, he would buy a shot.
Mm-hmm.
And it was vice versa. He was like, if you beat me, I'll buy you a shot. So we get to playing, and he talks about how good he is. Now, I'll put it this way without getting too controversial in what I thought this guy was.
Yeah.
But he was a little flamboyant. You know what flamboyant is?
No.
He said, "Yeah, okay, I know."
Yeah,
So he swam to the other side of the river.
a little bit.
So he's in like middle-ish. So
He wasn't neutral
no, he wasn't neutral.
like Switzerland. No, he wasn't.
Yeah,
Uh,
more on the left side.
yeah, it definitely wasn't the right side. Nothing against them, but to each their own.
Exactly. I was about to say the
Um,
same.
So, anyways, we're playing this game of darts. I'm already drunk off my ass. Like, you know me when I go to a bar, like, it's 0 to 100 really quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Yeah.
I like taking tequila shots when I'm at a bar. Just knows how, like, I make everything a bathroom whenever I drink tequila.
Yeah.
I will get up and pee wherever the hell I want to. But that's not the point of this story. That's a whole nother story.
That's New Year's. We'll come back to it.
Yeah, that's a whole nother BB story. So, anyways, we're playing darts and we're getting towards the end, and me and him are almost tied. Don't know how we were almost tied. I was within a 50-point range. I think we were playing. I think we were playing 400 or something like that. I don't know all the terminology for darts, but I think we were playing to like 400.
Okay.
Maybe 500. I can't remember. Like I said,
What about even?
it was about even. So I was like, I'm about to lose. So I went on ahead and went and bought a shot of the Rumple. Never had it. That was the one that he picked, and he had laughed when he chose it.
Yeah.
So I take it, and I'm like, it doesn't taste bad at all.
Like I said, it tastes like mouthwash.
I could probably sit there and drink that entire bottle and think that I'm going to be okay.
It's good.
But
Definitely got a waiting time on it.
The key word in that was, I'm going to think I'm okay.
Mm-hmm.
After drinking a whole bottle of that, I probably wouldn't be. We should probably test that theory and see if we can get through a whole bottle of peppermint schnapps. I used to have a bottle of peppermint schnapps. We've hit it a few times.
Yep.
But the thing is, it crystallizes and stuff as it sits.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I had jumped too soon and thought that I was going to lose. I ended up winning. So, I bought that shot. He had got a little upset. Now, again, he was a little flamboyant. So, he got upset and ended up getting into tears. This guy got into tears. And was on the verge of crying. Jess can vouch for this. Was about to cry. And I was like, man, you owe me a shot. I won. You know how I am, Hunter. Like, if I win something and I didn't think I was going to win, but I do win,
Yeah.
I'm going to get a little cocky.
Yeah.
A whole lot of cocky.
Yeah.
And I'm going to, like, flaunt. And I'm like, haha, I won. You lost. I'm no good at this. And you said you were the best. Anyways, so he ends up buying me a shot. I wanted JD. Or no, I wanted a shot of tequila. We were already drinking tequila, so I stuck with tequila. I was like, I want tequila. And he's like, I don't drink tequila. I was like, you're taking a shot with me, fucker. Hate to tell you. And he ends up taking the shot with me. This dude left out of the bar. Literally, someone come up to me and was like, you made him cry. And I was like, what are you talking about? And they're like, he just left. Like, he left the bar. This dude left his darts at the bar. He was playing with his own personal set of darts. And the bartender come up to me and was like, hey, he left his darts. And I still have these darts somewhere. He left his darts. You won. They're yours. You can have them.
Damn.
They were a good set, too. It had the metal tip.
Yeah.
They were playing with the plastic tips, but he was playing with the metal tips there.
Yeah. Metal tips.
I mean, I
got a free set of darts.
I gotta give it to him. That's a little bit like respect there for him to actually just leave the darts.
No, he didn't mean to leave his darts.
I'm thinking like he left them like saying you won.
No, he like left.
He just left and forgot them. Okay.
And, yeah.
Okay, I'll take it back.
Yeah. It wasn't a respect. It wasn't a respect thing. This guy may end up listening to this and like, whoa. South Coast Ace said, "Wow, what did I do to make you say wow, South Coast Ace?" Decoy NDA, well, he was dancing to tequila. And then decoy NDA also, you mean drunk versatile. I'm assuming that's what you meant to say. Is your dyslexia hidden tonight, decoy NDA? Anyways, so you have a similar story off of something similar to it.
So yeah, we got also that peppermint schnapps in Switzerland.
Yep.
Called it's like from Berlin. It's called Berliner Luft, like air, like Berlin's air, whatever. So the normal was like 16, 17%. You know, easy going, like red wine, more like that. But they got like that strong version, which is like
Good.
40.
Good.
So it's like you don't see the difference because the bottle looks the same. It's just a little label on the bottom,
Right.
17 or 40. So that 40 just came out, was brand new. We didn't know that, you know? And we
Yeah.
were drinking and drinking and drinking normal all day long, all the time to 17%. But I don't know when, but at some point it changed. And we had that 40. And we were like, oh yeah, let's take a small shot, you know, easy. And it was that 40. And everybody was like, a few minutes later, like, whoa, what's going on here, you know? Like everyone was like crazy, like everybody was fucked up because nobody knew that one during that time. But now it's like, oh, you need to be careful. I mean, they got the 40%. So we had another one, and we have that fun winter drink. You know, I know you have no winter here because Mississippi.
We have a winter flavored Jack Daniels, which actually is my least favorite. I think you had it with us.
Yeah, but
Had it with me one
I was
time.
I thought it sounded familiar, but okay.
probably some cinnamon shit.
No, it wasn't, but it wasn't any good. That was probably. I think that was the only liquor I've ever poured down the drain. I think I actually poured that shit out. I tried to give it away to someone. They tried it and they were like, "No thanks."
I had some Jack Daniels apple, cinnamon, whatever kind of weird thing.
Apple cider. That you're thinking of? I bought it for the bottle.
I don't know. No, it was something you can make hot and like.
Yeah, this was. It was in a white bottle with trees and stuff on it. It was a really pretty. It was a really pretty bottle.
Yeah,
that was the whole entire reason I bought it. And
Yeah.
I don't know what you know the bottle I'm talking about now.
Yes.
Super pretty bottle, and that's why I kept it.
Mm-hmm.
Was because of that. But none of us would drink it. I think I ended up pouring it down the drain. I think my mother-in-law has that bottle still somewhere because she liked it. She was like, I want it. She came to the house one day and was like, that's a pretty bottle. I want it. Back when, I was collecting liquor bottles and I used to have them all around the entire fucking room.
But yeah, so where did I stop?
You brought up that you were trying out the winter version.
Oh yeah.
And you asked if we had one.
Oh yeah. So we have that winter drink. We have some flavored vodkas. Like one is like red, one's green, one's blue, one's black, but it's more like violet. But whatever. So what we do is we have peppermint tea, and then you pour in the green, that green vodka, and you have sometimes some weird folks put like little gummy bears that looks like frogs. Put that one in. That's the normal traditional version. Then we have the red version, which is like with some fruit tea and the red vodka.
Okay.
And there's one called Dolphin. I don't know, weird. So it's just a blue one with also peppermint. So it's kind of like bluish. And that stuff is good. I tell you, man. We call it Grinch. So you can actually buy the bottle, and it's like on the bottle it's like Grinch. So you don't have to like mix it with tea. You just pour in hot water, put it in the bottle, and you're done. So normally you drink it, and then you're like 1, 2, 3. You're going down this stuff like water, and nothing happens. You're like, man, I could drive from here to Nashville, no problem.
Okay.
But after like 14, I don't know, the train hits you, and you're like, done. You go out on the bar, you're like, whoa, and you just almost collapse. You're like gone. So it's a really delayed start. Like you talked about the rumble, delayed start. So that one is also really delayed because nothing happens until that one point. You have one little one, too much, and you're gone.
Yeah, 'cause it's like BB has said, you get
Yeah.
that feeling to where you can just drink another. Like you
Yeah,
just
you're
found
like-
them.
Yeah.
It just goes down.
Yeah.
All right. So Decoy NDA, we're gonna hit your question here in a minute. We're actually. So anyone else that has any questions for Manuel,
Sure.
he is from Switzerland. So if you have specific questions, whether it's drinking related or you're just curious of how they do things over in Switzerland, or his experience here in the U.S. and the culture difference and things of that nature, feel free to ask. I'm sure he's down for any of those questions.
Sure.
All right. So do we want to do Monster and compare it to Monster with Jaeger, or do we want to go with the sweet tea first?
Well, I would say we go with the monster first, just to. I know everybody knows how Jägerbomb tastes.
Right.
You know, we don't call it Jägerbomb actually. We call it flying Hirsch. So Hirsch, that's the German word for deer. So flying deer, because there's a deer on the bottle, so we call it like flying deer.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Okay.
but I don't know how it's gonna taste.
So we are actually going to get to Decoy NDA's question. As we drink this one, I'll let you answer his question. He asked you, how is the alcohol in the States compared to back home? So it's a multi-part question.
Okay.
So we'll let you answer that one first. How is the alcohol here in the States compared to back home?
So the question is how specific. You know, what's the difference? You know, I mean, we got Japanese in Switzerland. We got all kind of different things. But when we talk about more like, let's say, local, so what we have is a lot of, especially in my area, we have a lot of schnapps like plum, cherry, apple. You know, apple and pear, some mixture. So it's really, you got really strong and really crazy shit when it's local to local. You know, here's that whiskey stuff and bourbon, and we got more like in the schnapps, just straight ahead.
Babe, you want to try this?
That's not bad.
I never had it actually.
We're
I never tried
We're
it.
gonna let the audience taste it.
Actually, it's not bad at all.
No.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, when we talk local, definitely we have schnapps, and actually you can, if you got like a property with trees on, and you can bring it to like a guy who distills it for you, so you can distill it. In Austria, it's even you can distill it your own. You get away. So
So your second question is, do you have a favorite drink here in the United States that you can't get back home? Have you found something here in the U.S. that you can't get back home?
actually, no, currently not. No, there's a few beers I like here, but we almost can get everything in Switzerland. Depends a little on the law, you know. There's some weird alcohol we can get, like clean. So
So what beers have you done local? I know.
I had Ghost River. I'm actually not. I don't know. One I like, and one is like gross. It's like
Yeah.
So there's Ghost River Gold, and I think there's a Ghost River Black.
okay.
The gold is the lighter of the two, I do
Yeah.
believe. The black is like your full flavored, full stout beer.
Mhm.
If I remember correctly, I've
Yeah.
had both. I'm not a. That's a. That's a. What is that?
Oh,
It's not a. It's not a pale ale.
Like an IPA or something.
Yeah.
It's similar. It's a very strong beer. It's very
Mhm.
hoppy. I don't care for hoppy.
Oh, it's a hoppy beer.
beers.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
your next question is,
What's
the primary language in Switzerland?
So the primary. So we have four actually. So
So are these your four?
Well, actually, yeah, that's right. Yeah, so we have German, that's the biggest part. Then second is French. Nobody likes the French. Then we got the Italian part and the Romansh. So it's Romanish. That's what we call it, and it's a mix about everything. It's like kind of weird mix from, I would say, Italian, Latin, Portuguese, like all together, and not many people actually speak it anymore. I try to learn it, but I'm horrible.
So how many languages do you know?
Like, no, what do you mean?
Like that you're
Specific.
fluent in? So
Fluent.
English, of course, you're fluent in that.
Ich kann kein English, no.
Here we go.
No, German, English. If you give me a week, I'm good in French again. You know, it takes a little while to get in. I had a couple weeks to get back into the English. You know, especially here in the southern part. Let's say that.
It was that kind of hard for you coming to the South and like our Southern dialect.
Yeah, because we learn British English, you know, like a cup of tea, and that kind of weird, rubbish, you know, that weird stuff. So yeah, so trash can, you know.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Cosmetech's not listening
Yeah,
to this tonight.
and then that harsh, let's say, southern accent, you know, like y'all, you know, like the mushing together from all words.
So if you speak German,
If you speak, then
and it's on the TV as well.
you mind drink. Oh yeah, it's yeah. Cool.
He toast to you? Is that what he did?
No, I did. Yeah, he says, if I speak German, take a drink.
Okay.
So
He was testing you.
he was.
That sounds
testing
like
me.
Bill.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like Bill.
Well, he can test me in German if he wants to. But yeah,
No, I doubt Bill Googled how to say that. I bet you Bill knew that because Bill knows like the most useless things normally.
But-
He'll tell you that he has like the most useless knowledge in the entire world. He'll tell you he knows more of the things that you would never think about.
he's probably like me. Yeah, but if we go back to the question about stuff Switzerland and states from the drinks, what really is the difference is beer. Actually, beer here is so. I mean, I get here that Miller's thing, you know, and it's.
Well,
For me, it tastes like
Bill
water.
will tell you like I drink. You're drinking Miller
Yeah.
Lite right now.
Yeah,
Why am I going with a light beer? He questions me all the time.
Yeah,
Why
so-
are you drinking a light beer? He's a Budweiser guy, so
But-
he likes a flavored flavored beer.
but even the
I'm a light
Budweiser,
man.
is like really nothing. You know, it's like the taste is like really mild. So for me, the taste from a Budweiser is like you taste a Miller Lite compared to a Budweiser.
Yeah.
So, and that's just a little different. And we have a lot of local beers also. There's that one local company, which everybody goes. But they have that special. I don't know what it is. Special beer, and it just gives you a headache.
Okay.
It's like I can drink one, I can drink 20, I have the same headache the next morning. But that one beer, it's that one special beer.
See, I know, like for me, like the reason why I drink Bud Light, and it's like kind of like you said, you know, it's definitely light. It tastes
Yeah.
close to water, almost where it's like no kick or anything.
Mhm.
But with me, like I can drink almost 12 of these, no problem, if I wanted to.
Yeah.
Which normally we'll get at least 8 or 9 in a night if we're doing a drinking night, and that's the reason why I would get something like this.
Sorry.
And it's because of I'm one of those guys that I rather just pretty much pound a drink. You know, I'm not just gonna sip on one. If I drink one, it's gonna make me want another one.
Mhm.
So I have to get something light where I can just drink a whole bunch of them and not mess me up the next day. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I stick with like a lighter beer. But I'm always trying like new beers and stuff just to give it a try.
Mm-hmm.
But it always depends on the type of beer too. Like he said, hoppy beer. I'm not really a hoppy.
Yeah.
IPAs, I'll try it, but I might not gonna like it type deal.
Mm.
But I mean, I am I'm curious about some beers to try out. So like
Yeah.
new beers to me, like I'll definitely try it.
Bill likes to consider himself a pro drunk. He threw a C in there instead of an S. Not going to call him out for that. But Bill says he drank 20 plus Bud Lights a night, and then he switched to Budweiser. But he still drinks anywhere from 15 to 20 a night. You know, that's one of my bucket list things is to have a beer with Bill.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I can only afford to have a beer with Bill. You know, on a good night for me and you, it's a 12 pack.
Yeah.
If I'm drinking a whole 24 pack by myself, probably not going to be good.
So I would say that would be like day drinking included, almost. You know, it's not good. It depends on the time frame.
So I can attest that he doesn't. I don't know if it's like because of his he has a weird schedule with work and stuff.
Right.
I don't know if we haven't really had this conversation anyways. He can elaborate probably a little bit more. But is that every day? So like he gets off at 9 o'clock. Is that from 9 till you went to bed? You drank 15 to 20 beers. Okay, so he says between 9 p.m. Eastern to midnight. So that's not even a day drinking. I can only imagine if he was to get up at 9 a.m. and that's
Right.
when, like me and you talking, have done that before. Getting up at 9 a.m. and drinking from the time we got up till the time we went to bed sounds to me like that might be a dangerous combination for him. Day drinking is that
Yeah.
he's going to drink 50 to 60 beers till our 24.
There he goes. Yeah.
Now I'm sure the alcohol content. Our beers are 4.5% alcohol. I don't know if the alcohol content changes up north. If it's lower, if it's the same, or if it's a little bit higher. I know that in Missouri, once you cross the Arkansas border into Missouri, the alcohol content actually gets higher.
Right.
And they sell 30 racks, which he was just saying, easy a 30 pack. So 5.5. So that's Missouri standards. So he has a higher alcohol content in his beers than us.
He still drinks more.
And he still drinks more than us. So that 1.5% could still affect us more different because we're used to that 4.5. That just 1% more alcohol.
You'll remember this, like when I had.
And the thing with beers, we are binge drinkers.
Yeah.
So like, it's not I'm gonna take a break from drinking the beer.
No.
It's gonna be okay. I finished it. I'm opening it every single time.
It's like when you were on your Bud Light kick with me. Because you used to drink Bud Light for the longest. But
things change.
I mean, I'm not saying
I heard that
bad.
story.
Yeah. So you were on your Bud Light and stuff, and I introduced you to Bud Light Platinum, and it's just like that.
What's that?
It's pretty much just another product for
That's
them.
another.
It's a little bit more heavier than your normal Bud Light, not by much.
That's another drunken story.
But it is. But what I'm getting at though is like just that one little percentage, it makes a difference because you could tell after.
Jot that down. That's another drunken story for
New Year's.
For New Year's.
Yeah. So, but I mean, you can agree with that though. To like a small percentage makes a difference.
It does.
Yeah.
Super small percentage. Now, what is y'all's alcohol content in your beers in Switzerland?
That's actually a good question. So that's something that I thought is different here. You have the Budweiser, you have the Bud Light. We got like normal lager, and then we got like lager light. So we in Switzerland have, because it's a light beer, it has less alcohol.
Okay.
And so it has less calories, less alcohol because the calories are, the alcohol is the calories, kind of like. So our standard has like 4.8. That's like standard. We have some 5.2, 5.6. We got some 6.2s. They're still not considered like strong beers. But with the light, it got like 2.8, 3.2 something.
Okay.
So normally you drink the normal regular lager because I don't know, the light beer for me, it tastes like a little like iron. Have you ever had that iron taste?
Yeah.
It's water.
Yeah.
Kind of
water give you that irony taste.
Yeah, so it's kind of like irony, so it's a little weird. But actually it's nice, it's fine. Like if you have like hard workout, and I mean after a hard workout, I tell you, I can drink one, and I'm gone. I'm like, whoa, shit, because I was like working out 3 hours and I'm like dry.
So you would choose like your light compared to our light though?
Yes, I would. In that situation, yes.
Okay.
What do you think about that? Is that shit?
The thing is, with your light, it's like the same alcohol, but it just tastes like nothing.
Yeah.
It has no flavor.
It's basically the White Claw for normal people.
I don't like White Claw.
I can't do White Claw. Yeah.
Like I don't like White Claw. So Bill, did you mean to word it the way you did? So if you come to us, you could drive or I'm assuming you meant you could drink a 40 pack if you came to us. Because of the alcohol content. Yes. In theory, yes. He's actually right. just that 1% because he has his alcohol tolerance built up a
Yeah.
little bit higher. I mean, you've had that conversation too. Is that like I've always been more of a liquor kind of guy.
Yeah.
Is I could outdrink you every day in liquor.
Yeah.
But you could outdrink me in beer. Now I do my best to keep up, and I do a pretty damn good job
We even
when
it
I'm
out.
actually drinking beer.
But we even it out though to a point to where you'll drink up enough liquor to catch up with me.
Well water is the best, Polly. I do agree. Like it's the cleanest. It doesn't have all the chemicals and stuff, but it does have more of an irony taste. Drink, not drive. Yeah, no laws need to be broken. Actually, that brings me to my next question for
All
y'all.
right. Yeah.
So drink, not drive. Thank you, Bill, for that's a great question. So I've heard
Oh, shit.
from
whom?
somebody that worked at the same place that we work at.
Yeah.
We have a non-disclosure agreement, so I'm
Sure.
not going to say where we work, but there's a gentleman that worked with us that went back to Switzerland, but before he left, he got a DUI here in the U.S. But he says that he was not drunk.
All right.
So, do y'all have thanks, Decoy NDA. Appreciate you for moderating a little bit that you were here. I know there's not much moderating going on, but thanks for being here.
Yeah.
So, being drunk, he had said that he didn't feel drunk.
Mhm.
He had said he had like 7-8 beers.
All right.
Uh,
Sounds like good.
Now I think he was drinking a light beer over here. And our alcohol percentage was lower than what he would drink over there. He said that there wasn't a thing of DUIs over there. So the only thing that you could get arrested for pretty much was like if you hit somebody with your car and murdered them. Like driving wise, there's not a whole lot of laws over in Switzerland.
So actually, he's from Austria. I heard.
Is he from Austria?
Yeah, so he's Austrian. Yeah.
Okay, so
Not Australia. That's.
right.
Yeah,
That's
I know where Austria
Austria.
is. Where Austria is.
Well, I told the guy last week I'm from Switzerland. He's like, oh yeah, Sweden, that's cool. I was in Norway. I was like, sure, that's close.
It starts with an S.
So you speak Swedish?
No. But anyway, so
was this a guy at our company that asked you this?
No,
Okay.
It was some random
I
guy.
can see that being asked though.
Yeah. Was an older gentleman actually, so I don't blame him. But so we have some different laws. So I know that police can pull you over here if you don't make something wrong. Is that right?
If you what?
If I drive correct, like to the speed limit, I don't have curvy, whatever.
They have to have probable cause to pull you over here.
They have something to pull you over.
They have to have something to pull you over.
So in Switzerland, it's different. If the cop was like, I pull you over, like, yeah, the cop, red, I like it, I pulled over, whatever. So he just can pull you over and like, hey, well, how's it going, blah, 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 all that conversation. And he's like, hey, you smell a little like alcohol, let's do a test, But what we have is, our driving license from 18, you have that, it's like a little test. So they give you like 2 years, where you have 0% tolerance. So no matter if you have like a little rotten banana, you ate a little rotten banana, you have like 0.01 or something percent, you're fucked. So after that, it's 0.5 promille. I don't know what it's here, but 0.5, that's easy to hold actually, kind of like. And also if you don't do too much and if you're kind, sometimes if you know the police officers, they let you go. We're a small country. Switzerland's a third of Mississippi, and I know every single police officer in my town. So they're normally drunk.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. So it's good to know. It's good to know that those guys sometimes.
Take it easy, Polly.
So that's a little different. But if they catch you, yeah, you pay a fine actually, I don't know how it is here, like with that DUI stuff, if you go to like jail or prison or whatever, or how does it work if you need to go? We don't go like in front of court and you're like, yeah, you $200 or something. We don't do that.
DUIs here run you about 10 to 15,000. Yeah, they're not cheap. Like that's first go around. Third go around, so you have a three. We have a 3-strike system.
Okay.
So third go around.
Yep.
In a DUI, you go to prison.
Okay.
And you're locked up for a year.
All right.
Now you got good behavior and stuff like that. You get out a little bit sooner or whatever. But there's a 3-strike system. And after that, like, so the first one you lose your license for a certain amount of time.
Yep.
Second one, I think you still lose your license a certain amount of time. Third one, I think your license is permanently revoked. Now I've never had a DUI. I need some wood to knock on. We'll pretend I knocked on wood. I don't condone drinking and driving. Used to, I mean, when I lived in the country, me and you would ride up to the beer store, which was right up the road.
And it was literally straight.
Literally, it was a straight path.
Yeah.
Less than a mile from the house. Now, I wouldn't test that. Where we live right now,
no,
I wouldn't drive. I wouldn't drive across the street where I live right now in this neighborhood. I wouldn't drive across the street.
Like what? Why? Police can't pull you over when you don't do anything wrong.
Mm.
So
there are a lot of them out. Is more of the answer to it is that you see a lot of them.
Yeah, you're more here. I guess cops are more feared than like looked upon as they're protecting us. So a cop gets behind you, and you're going to take more of a risk, especially being inebriated. Just because I'm not supposed to use that word, but Polly left, so I can still use that word.
Yeah.
Unless South Coast Stace is still here, which I'm sure South Coast Stace may still be here. But I might be inebriated. So I'm more liable to screw up.
Yeah, I got you.
And give them a reason to pull me over.
Yeah. So just the risk is higher.
The risk is higher
because
now holidays.
Like one around the corner.
Holidays, just so you know. So New Year's, 4th of July, Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Those 3 are your biggest like drinking holidays here in the U.S. So they set up checkpoints here in Mississippi.
So what's the checkpoint?
Legally, they can. They'll just be standing in the middle of the road. You have to stop. They're going to ask you for your license registration. If they smell any type of alcohol on you, they're going to give you a breathalyzer or put you through the DUI test. And that's where you could get a DUI.
So, actually, it sounds weird, but I actually want to do that. I saw the videos when they walk like the line and stuff like that.
Right.
And I want to do that test once,
You want to be drunk doing it?
No. I mean, I was like...
I'd rather you not be drunk doing it.
No.
I mean, we could get a breathalyzer. We can actually.
Do you still have your breathalyzer?
If the breathalyzer
it's not on me, but yeah, I do.
Do you still have your breathalyzer?
But if the breathalyzer is like, you know how much you had, And with that
thing,
it's like, if you get a little bit,
I can put you through that test right now tonight. I told you we run a 5M server. Sure. That's one of my most favorite things to do as an LEO in our 5M server, like role playing in a video game. That's one of my most favorite things to do, is to put people through that test.
It looks so easy.
Before you leave, I'll get my flashlight out, and you can do it down the driveway.
Because it looks so easy. You walk a line.
He can tell you, I'll make it look legit.
Whatever that shit is, and it looks so easy that it's like, I can do that.
Finish that shit so we can move on to the next one.
But if you think about it, though, a lot of people, they'll just keep on drinking, and then they'll say they're okay, and you can look at them and be like,
they're not okay.
Right, and you got those people down here, and that's the reason why they do all that.
Yep.
So, I mean, it could be like you said, like, maybe your limit is kind of up there, but you feel fine, you're fine, and you probably can pass the test easily, but they still can, get that breathalyzer or get that blood and stuff for you to get that the limit on you. But
so can you choose what you want? Is it like
you don't get to choose? You don't get to choose. No, they'll put you through. So it's normally 3 tests.
Yeah,
it's normally you're gonna walk a straight line. It's
you gotta lift your leg.
You're gonna lift your leg approximately, and that's the wording that they would use is approximately, which means roundabout. 6 inches off the ground. And then the first test that they normally do is they're gonna hold their flashlight up to your face.
Yes. And
they're gonna get either their finger or a pin with some type of tip at the end of it, and they're gonna run it back and forth, and they're gonna see if your eyes are gonna bounce side to side. And they'll tell you don't move your head. So
you just move your eyes.
Your eyes are literally gonna move So that one, I'm kind of curious on.
For you.
I would like to actually have that one specifically done, like not drinking and driving, but just to test it and see, because they ask you, do you have any? Are you prone to seizures? Uh, do you have any problems standing? Do you have
Yeah.
any problems walking? Do you have any disabilities? So I can't see out of my left eye. So I would be curious on, because this one drifts. So I would be curious to see. Okay, you do the flashlight test, you do the eye thing. How does that specific one
They just
react?
pay attention to one
Now
eye.
this specific eye is always dilated, so you can't go off of that because this one might not be dilated. I might not be inebriated.
I always have a hard time looking at.
I'm gonna
which
continue
one.
to use my word inebriated.
So that's actually a good question. You know, I think
Mhm.
I think if you're a little bitty fucked up, or like you had a cup of beer, you're not like drunk that you can't drive, but you're not like sober that you should drive. You're like kind of in between the middle. You're like, I'm okay, but I know I shouldn't drive,
Right.
but I'm okay.
See,
And if you do like that walking line and that stuff, I think that's fine. But I don't know what with what the eyes would do. I never tried that.
you talking about how they would be able to tell and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. They normally pay attention to see if you can follow directions. That's the biggest one that they look at. Is
Mhm.
if you tell a person to watch this and you go way over, you're 9 times 10 just gonna try and look. Especially if you're drunk and you can't really pay attention to what they're actually asking of you.
Mhm.
If you're sober, you should know. Don't move your head, just move your eyes. You're just gonna use your eyes.
Yeah.
And how they get a lot of people is that they just follow it with their head, and then
Ah,
they'll go
okay.
off of that. I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, would you agree with that?
It is a lot of following direction. If you've ever noticed, so I watch a lot of live PD, or now AKA known as On Patrol, and I watch a lot of a show called Body Cam PD that shows you like from the cops' perspective specifically, uh, and I watch a lot of YouTube videos that are like pullovers and stuff like that.
Right.
So what they normally do is they have a check sheet, and it's a multiple array of things. For one, it's can you follow directions kind of thing. So it's
Yeah.
like, okay, they listened to what I said, and they attempted to do what I said, but did they do it completely what I said? Okay, that's a check mark. So not only can you follow directions or attempt to follow directions, but did you do it as I instructed you to do? Because the thing is, they're always going to test you, or they're always going to give you an example of how that is done. There's a lot of lawyers and stuff that can fight those DUIs and can pinpoint and say, okay, that was done incorrectly. It's very interesting because every cop does it differently, and different cops can uh, have a deciding factor that is opinionated because that's their opinion on that sheet of paper.
Yep.
So a lot of the time you'll hear people tell you, don't do the breathalyzer.
Yes. I heard that actually from our colleague.
Because like you're admitting to guilt at that point when you do it. So they tell you don't do it. But the thing is, you run a risk of saying, okay, I'm not going to do the breathalyzer. Now, if you confidently feel that you're not drunk and you blow into it, they can still take you to jail, for one, because you did refuse. So they can still take you to jail. Like, even though you blow under, they still reserve the right to take you to jail, which is bullshit. It is bullshit. But
That's
they reserve the right
Man,
to do so.
I thought it's a land of freedom.
Because what they'll do is they'll hold you and have you do it again. They'll tell you, well, you need to
So
wait.
I had a friend actually. Now that, like he had said, where they'll have you do it again. I had a friend that he blew, and this was a super nice cop. You're not going to find it very often. He was able to blow, and he blew just under 0.08. And the cop was like, "I'll tell you what, I'm going to let you sit here for 15 minutes." And I've done this in role play. Hunter can tell you this. Playing on the server and stuff, I've done it to where I've done the same thing. So I'll give you 10 or 15 minutes. And in that 10 to 15 minute period, you're either going to go up or you're going to go down.
Yep.
You go down, I'll let you go. You go up, you're going to jail.
I got
Kind of the same thing. Not all cops are like that though.
So that's actually a good point. A good thing that you bring out. So when the cop pulls you over in Switzerland, you're like, "Hey, I just had a drink, so my breathalyzer will be way up because I just had one." So they need to give you like a water and wait like 10, 15 minutes before they do it. So you can like, "Hey, I had one, but it was like just a minute ago, so my breathalyzer will be too high. So I would like to have water, and I would like to wait 10, 15 minutes."
So for future reference, just so that you know, you could have 2 beers in 1 hour in the state of Mississippi.
Yeah.
2 beers will put you at the legal limit.
What's the legal limit here?
0.08. So 2 beers will put you at 0.08.
0.08. Yeah.
One shot of whiskey in an hour will put you at 0.08.
Mm.
So it's either you could have 2 beers in an hour or you could have a shot of whiskey.
Yep.
Now, if you rotate and you do beer, water for the next hour, beer, you should stay.
Yeah, it doesn't really work with that, but yes.
Be.
Right.
But that is how people have beat it, was switching back and forth and going to a different drink and then going back to their drink.
So
but you have to time it out like per hour.
the legal limit is 0.08.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's interesting.
You go over that, then yeah, you're out.
So we have it 0.5. Austrians have it at 0.8.
0.08.
No, 0.8.
0.8, you should just about be.
No, per mil.
Oh, well, yeah, y'all. Yeah.
So I don't know how you.
I see what you're saying.
per mil.
It's a
yeah,
metric.
I knew what you were getting at.
Metric.
I was like,
It's not just percentage; it's per mil.
Yeah, ours is different.
What? So what do you have? Percentage?
Yeah, it's a percentage.
Oh, okay. So 0.8 is based. 0.08 is 0.8.
Yeah.
I got you.
So like anything over 1, you should either like start having your stomach pumped at that point because you should have alcohol poisoning. Anything over that, like you should. How are you alive?
right.
So, which actually crazy.
Now we've had nights too. Like, how are we still alive because we drink so fucking much?
Yeah.
So it's actually crazy. There's a lot of 18-wheeler drivers in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't say from which countries they come from, but
Right.
they pull over with like 3.5 per mil. So basically 0.3.
So over
in
here,
your language.
Okay.
Over here,
Yeah.
it's semi truck drivers. If I remember correctly, is 0.01. They are not supposed to be. They're not supposed to have any type of alcohol at all. And if you do get pulled over for a DUI in your semi truck, you permanently lose your CDL. You cannot drive a semi truck.
Yep. Oh, really? So we didn't cheer, but
you didn't. You don't have to cheer on these.
Yeah.
Just on the shots.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I might be wrong, but it was your idea with the tea, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what would you say? Is that about how you normally would have it?
No, normally it's just a shot.
Okay,
just take a shot.
But I'm saying like with tea though, is that something?
Actually, that's from. So we found in my cousin's attic.
Is it me or does it taste minty? It's almost like a minty.
I don't know.
I don't get mint. It's smooth. I actually prefer
it's like
this.
A mint. It almost gives me
nice,
like a minty.
It is nice.
I prefer the tea over the Monster, but I don't like Monster though. So that does play a factor.
Of course.
Monster.
It's good.
You're saying monster.
Monster.
Tomato.
No,
that's not tomato.
Yeah.
Monster.
Absolutely.
See?
Monster. See, you said it.
Monster. Yeah.
Monster.
Yeah.
That's what. See, I don't know if you knew that, but that's actually that energy drink is called Monster. Monster. Yeah.
Yeah, Monster.
That's what.
Here we go. 3 drunks in an argument now. Gosh,
we're amping it up.
So actually, back to the story. So we found in my cousin's grandmother attic. She had a restaurant, by the way. This old packages from that company, and in there was like little stickers that they put onto the weekly specially onto the tables and all that thing, and it was like the liquor with iced tea.
Oh, okay. What to pair it with?
No, it was liquor with iced tea. That's like the weekly special, the
Oh,
weekly hit,
so they actually paired it.
So actually, they
Okay.
did that. So I was
Huh.
like, your sweet tea is different than to our sweet tea, but I guess it works.
Huh,
So
okay.
it kind of does. It's good, yeah.
Like I said, I prefer this. What's your thoughts on it compared with the Monster?
I would actually prefer this over the Monster.
Mm.
And coming from me, that's like doing Jaeger bombs. I think I'd rather do a T bomb.
A T-bomb.
A T bomb.
All right, so I am curious.
Not
Like,
a tea bag. I'll tea bag you on Call of Duty, but
Yeah, we will see that. Yeah.
so I'm curious. So you brought up that yours tastes like a mint almost.
It-
What do you get
it's like
altogether?
it's like a spearmint. I'm getting a spearmint
Spearmint?
flavor. Like
I don't get much in the nose, but
mouth wise, it's like a spearmint. Now that could be
Oh yeah,
from doing a minty flavored tobacco
that's what that is.
and having that in. But I get a minty flavor.
'Cause, yeah, I don't get
Specifically,
any
it's not wintergreen; it's spearmint. So I dip wintergreen, but that is a spearmint flavor.
but with tea and stuff, it might kind of change it
Maybe,
because I don't get anything minty. So I'm guessing that's what that's got to be.
maybe.
I don't get minty at all.
Right.
But I'm just maybe used to this stuff.
So let's go off of the Switzerland question.
All right, yeah.
Uh,
Some more questions from the
don't
Swiss guys.
don't have any questions in the live chat. If the live chat has any questions, feel free to ask them.
Let
I
us
don't know who. I can't tell you who's in the live chat until they post a comment. I'm assuming South Coast Ace is still moderating. I asked him to moderate tonight. Hopefully he's still here. I might have pissed him off earlier with a comment I made. I'll hear about it later. In our live chat, can you type just so that we know who's who? We'd love to know who's watching and who's listening, and if you want to interact, we have Manuel here.
Sure.
He'll take questions. So far,
So far, until the live chat asks, do y'all have some questions for me?
So me and him were talking about stuff to kind of ask you around.
Mhm.
I figured the obvious was going to be kind of like where you're from and stuff.
Mhm.
My question would be like, what got you into drinking? Have you always been a big drinker, or are you a big drinker? But I mean, what really got you into drinking?
Well, that's actually a good question. So, I know the legal age states to drink is 21. For me, is hilarious. Like, literally. What?
Right.
Because we had the legal age to drink beer, like apple ciders and wine. Switzerland is 16. Liquor 18, and also driving license 18. So basically, we drink before we drive. So we have the little mopeds that's you can do the driving license 14.
Okay.
That mid moped kind of thing, it's 16, and then car 18. So you really start like drinking before you drive a car. So we're like used to that.
Right. Okay.
So you know your limits, and we normally go like bike to parties or something because it's just like small.
Right.
Switzerland's small, so we're like, hey, it's like 5-10 minutes bike. Let's just go with the bike.
Right.
And everybody goes with the bike, actually, And because then you don't have to worry about who's driving. How do I get home? I can walk home. I once walked an hour, and it was like that was like 3 miles. I just made it a shortcut over 6 miles. So, but
cut their farm field.
yeah, no, I was like, let's go to the road. So I was like, instead of making a straight line, I was like, let's go right and then over and then around, and
Sounds like the movie Wrong Turn. Let's just get
Yeah.
on this road.
yeah. So what
That was actually gonna be my
I don't
next
know
question.
what actually brought me to drinking. I don't know it. I think it's just we do it. So like one of your friends, 16,
Yep. We all have that one friend that's just like, hey,
the
try.
oldest one, and
Yeah.
he goes and drinks, he goes and buys the beer, and you're just sitting out in the field or somewhere in the cabin, and have like a little, let's say, man cave. We call it actually Black Eagle. So
Okay.
like an illegal bar or like the spot where you drink. We call it Black Eagle, and we're just there and just drink. Normally we call it Vorglühen or the Vorsaufen. That's German. So you go at that little, let's say, you got the little your little pub, you drink a few until you're a little drunk because I pay for be like what $1 or something, and at the party you pay 5. So you get a little drunk and then you go to the party.